going to want a mat and something, maybe a stool against the wall. So we're going to go through some mobility stuff that will include stretching and working the shoulders, but really working shoulder mobility. For today, a couple of the exercises will be against the wall. I'm just going to take a wall sit. If that's not for you, grab a stool. Just make sure that your low back can get up next to the wall, and that's where we're going to start today. So if you need a moment to grab yourself a chair, we're also going to be on the mat on our belly and doing a little bit of shoulder stuff that way as well. All right, so from here, come to the wall, whether you be on your stool or taking an L sit. And we're just going to start with mobility stuff by squeezing your shoulders in, right? You're going to make sure that your shoulders, your rib cage, and your elbows are on the wall. Squeeze everything in and you're starting there. So from here, you're going to open up the elbows or open up the arms, and you only are going to come as wide as you can without losing the rib cage or opening through the shoulders. The only thing that's moving is the lower arm. That's it. When you get to the edge, press, press, press. You're really just working range of motion. Think about squeezing the muscles between the shoulder blades to create that opening. Keep hugging your rib cage in so that you can send your back against the wall. You should feel this pulling through the shoulders. You have 10 seconds left. So we're really working on active range of motion today. All right, go ahead and release the shoulders, shake them out. If you're in a wall sit, you can shake out the legs a little bit. We're coming right back to that for one more exercise. So your back's coming to the wall, arms are out. So same thing we have done before. You're going to rotate palms down and then keep pressing without allowing your shoulders to come up or off the wall. Then you're going to come all the way up again. So everything stays on the wall, your elbows, your shoulders. Keep drawing your shoulders down your back. So if you have really tight shoulders, you may only get a little bit of rotation here. That's fine. You have 15 seconds. Keep pushing at those edges. Really press down. It's the activeness between pressing through the palms and pulling down through the shoulders. And then release it out. Come all the way up. Shake out the shoulders. You're going to start by taking your right arm out. You're going to turn your palm down, and you're going to push it behind you. Take it all the way behind you as if you were reaching up for your opposite shoulder blade. Push it across your body as far as you can, and try not to touch your low back. Push away from your body, right? And then come back out. Thumb up, thumb down, come back. You're going to stick with the same arm. And the thing that you want to focus on as we do this is keeping the rib cage in, but keeping that shoulder back. Not allowing it to roll forward or up. Shoulder blade is still back and down. And when you bring the arm behind the back, really press your palm away from your back. The more you can press away and towards the other side, the more mobility you're creating. All right, release it, shake it out. Just give your arms a shake. We're going to do this exact same thing on the other side. Again, rib cage hugged in, don't let them flare open. Palm down, take it behind you, push towards the other side and away from your body. And again, not rounding out through the shoulder, keep it open. You might find that you start out with slower or smaller movements until the shoulder starts to open. Keep trying to lift through the chest, make it nice and open through the front. really trying to push away from. So I'm not just trying to slide it in, right? I really want to create some space between my hand and my body. You have 3 more seconds. All right, shake it out. You're gonna come all the way down to your belly. So from here, we're gonna do one arm at a time, and it looks like this. You're gonna be down on your belly, arms are overhead, and you're gonna bring your forehead to the mat. I want you to pretend like there are small blocks around the space here. You're just gonna lift up to the shoulder, over the space. So you're taking like little jumps over those little circles or that imaginary blocks, and that's where you are starting. So bring one arm to it, and you're just going up and over, all the way until you get down to the bottom. And then on the way back up, on the up and over, I want you to hold the up, and then move over. Do it again. Reach up, hold the up, bring it back down. So each time you jump over, make sure to hold it just for a second or two at the top. Try to keep your ribs on the ground. Try to keep your forehead on the ground. And this movement might be slow depending on your mobility. Or might be small. Try to keep your abs tight here as well. And then release that arm and take a breath. You're gonna do this again. As you do, drive your hips down into the mat so you're kind of creating a slight hollow body. Squeeze your glutes. And we're gonna take the other side. So while we're working on shoulder mobility, my whole body is feeling this. I want you to squeeze your butt cheeks like you have something really treasured in there and you don't want me to take it from you. Keep trying to hold it at the top. Slowly release. Go ahead and bring your arms in and press all the way into hands and knees. And then you're going to come all the way to a seated position. We're coming to tabletop lifts up and down. So just come in here. If that doesn't work for you, your shoulders are really tight today, just focus on opening, relax. Opening and relax. You can stay with both of those. Otherwise, coming into your tabletop, fingers are facing the feet, and if your wrists are really sore, turn them out just slightly. And we're just coming up and down. Your hips are only going to come up as high as your shoulders will allow. If they're not very open, your hips might not come up very far. That's okay. Keep making sure that your chest is still staying open. Really draw your shoulders back, using again the muscles between the shoulder blades. Don't let them disengage. You're at 8 seconds left. All right, drop them all the way down. Just reach it to the front, take a breath. And this one we're just coming into a stretch. So hands come behind you, fingertips facing away from your body. Open up through the chest, right? Draw your shoulders back and down, and if you need more, use your body to slip yourself forward. You want your hands fairly close together and keep just a very slight micro bend to those elbows. And focus on your breath here. Each time you inhale, open through the chest. As you exhale, see if you can broaden through the chest and draw your shoulders back and down. You have 10 seconds. Keep breathing. And then slowly release, keeping the micro bend in the elbow. If you shifted forward, just go ahead and shift back. Stretch out the arms. You're going to come all the way back to your hands and knees. And from here, you're just going to come into threading that needle. So you're going to come hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Go ahead and take your right arm up, and as you exhale, swim it underneath, just like we would thread the needle in yoga. But instead of taking a twist, I want you to start to rotate your chest down so that you're actually getting a stretch, pulling the shoulder across your chest. If this does not work for you, you can do the same thing sitting up on your knees, but you are up either way. So this is what it would look like if the down on the floor doesn't work for you. You can just pull it in, hug it here. You're still focused on bringing the shoulder down away from the ear. If you're low, you're just going to continue to rotate your chest down towards the floor. You can always use that tap hand on the mat to control how much weight you're putting on it. You can play with a slight little bit of movement of rotating the shoulders left to right. Kind of feel those spots that feel good here. And if you need more, you can clasp your fingers together, take the top hand and pull the bottom hand as you rotate your chest down. Slowly bring that top hand to the floor and come back to hands and knees. You have one more, and that's it for today. So go ahead and bring the other arm all the way up, thread the needle, come all the way underneath. And then again, this time you're turning your chest down towards the floor, not open. So find your space. You can use that top hand to put on or take off weight. You can turn into it. The more you pull through the arm, the more you're going to feel it in that outer shoulder. And then again, you can always clasp the fingers and pull the arm if that felt good on the other side. Wherever you have chosen, come to your breath and really take in full breaths. So you're expanding through the rib cage and your breath is doing a little extra work for you here. Keep rotating if that feels good. You have 10 seconds or so. And then coming all the way back to center. Go ahead and just shake out the arms. Take one arm over top. Just take a stretch here. And if this is comfortable, go ahead and take a side stretch. Coming back to center. Take the other side. This can be done this way as well. And then the last thing with all the shoulders is just dropping your fingers, draw your shoulder blades back and down, drop in one ear to one shoulder, and just take a couple of rolls here. Kind of take note on whether you feel anything in the neck here or not. It gives you an idea of whether you're using your neck as opposed to drawing those shoulders down. If it feels tight like you just worked it, that's probably what you're doing, so it gives you something to focus on later is really keeping that down and giving your neck a lot of room. Otherwise, that's it. 10 minutes of shoulder mobility, and we'll be back tomorrow for core. All right, thanks.